and thank you so much for coming to another session of relationship Q&A with Everyday Matters. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you so, so much. So today we have a very interesting topic on ground. So we're talking about a relationship guru, so to say, Derrick Jaxn, that built his career on false identity. So built his brand on a false identity. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Okay, so it's exciting. It's a lot because I've got mixed feelings about this really, but we're going to be discussing it as we go. If you're new to this channel, if this is your first time here, thank you so much for coming. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button as you've come, and feel free to follow me on Instagram, on Facebook, Everyday Matters One, and I'll be very happy to have you as part of this family. But thank you again for coming. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so, so much. Okay, and I always say we have these relationship Q&As every Sunday, and the purpose of this relationship Q&As is to educate someone, to teach someone, to help you become the best version of yourself, to help you have better relationships, to build better relationships with your friends, with your family, with your spouse. And that's what makes me happy, really. So if I can impact one life, I hope to impact more. But if one person can learn from my live stream every day, then I'm really, really happy. But thank you again for coming. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. You are the reason I'm here. Thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Elias Matters, thank you so much. My personal person. I can see you there. Thank you. How are you? How has your week been? How was your week? I hope your week has been. I think I spoke with you not so long ago. but never mind. How are you? How was your week? I hope your week was great. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, let's see if we've got anyone on Facebook. But thank you so much. I'll just click on that. Thank you so much, Elias Matters. I appreciate you for coming. Shadow Beneficial, thank you so much. So I don't know if you've heard the Good Host and you. I'm fine. I'm very well. Thank you so much. I had a great week. A great week. I was off work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays. I was only at work on Thursday and Friday, so that was amazing. Okay, but thank you so much. I really appreciate you for coming today. Thank you so, so much. I don't know if you heard about Derrick Jaxn, if you've heard anything about the story that we're talking about today. Okay, have you heard anything about it? Has anyone heard anything about it? If you have, just say yes or no before we crack on. And me, I tend to just crack on anyway. Thank you so much. Blessing of God, thank you so much for coming. I don't think I've seen you before, but thank you so much for coming. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see what else is here. Thank you so much. Faith. Oh, Faithful Faith, thank you so much. I was wondering, I've not seen it. I've not seen that person before. Colin, thank you so much for coming. I really do appreciate you. You know, my head is always in the sand. Okay. So you're like me. I hardly go on the social media, to be honest. But one of my friends posted this thing on his Facebook, and then I saw it. I was actually very interested in the story, so I went on YouTube, and then I saw everything that happened. So apparently, Derrick Jaxn is a relationship guru. Okay, he's built his career. He has so many followers on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. He's got so many followers that believe in him. Okay, I remember the first time I heard about him was one of my friends sending me his video, and his what he says, he's got good advice. Shadow Princess, thank you for coming. He's got really, really good advice, okay, that he gives about relationships, okay? And the way he built his brand is that no, it doesn't excuse anyone for cheating. So in his dictionary, there's no cheating. If you're cheating on your partner, then you are not good enough. This, that. Okay, so that was how he gained his followers, and that's how a lot of people got to know him. And to be honest, he gives really good advice. And I think it was on Monday. I was just finishing work, and then I saw this post on Facebook. So I'm like, okay, let me have a look. And then I had a look. I'm like, this person looks like someone I've heard of before. So I went on one of my friends sent me a video of him a while ago. So I went back and checked. And then I saw that it was the same guy. And then when I went, the story was he's claiming that you can't cheat on your wife. It's not acceptable. There are good men out there, this, that. But over the weekend, what happened was a lady came out to say that he'd been cheating on his wife with her. Okay, so this is someone that has been professing that he's a saint. Like, cheating is not in his diary, isn't in his dictionary at all. So it was a shock to everyone, to the whole social media. I mean, everywhere you see his story, so it was a huge shock. Okay, and my friend sent me his video like 2 years ago. So I called my friend out, what's up? And she says, well, she's unfollowed him immediately. Okay, so now the point I want to bring out from this story is that people are not on him. So a lot of people, if you go on the internet and just type Derrick Jaxn, you see so many people reacting, so many people doing this, so many people saying different things about him. Okay, and the reason they are doing that is not because he cheated, but because of the identity that he had, the brand that he's built based on false identity, based on the fact that, okay, I'm a saint, I'm a good man. When you know that you are not even you're guilty of the same crime, but you are saying to people that you are a saint. Okay, Inspirational by Marie, thank you so much for coming. Yangas in Dubai, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. So basically, that's the story. Okay, so and initially when the story came up, he said that it was all jargons, that he didn't cheat on his wife. He didn't cheat on his wife, and that him and his wife were separated. So that was the gist that he gave to the lady, why the lady decided that, okay, you know what, I would sleep with you. Okay, but then another person, about three ladies have now come out to say that Derrick Jaxn had slept with them. Derrick Jaxn had an affair with them. Okay, so three other people, or even more, have now come out. So all these years while he's been building his brand, all these years while he's been telling people to leave their partners, leave their wives, leave their husbands because their partner cheated on them, he was doing exactly the same thing. So basically, he was not practicing what he was preaching. Okay, thank you so much. False Shadane, for that matter. Okay, yes, I saw this video he did with his wife. Yes. Okay, and if you've seen the video, there's been a lot of reaction about that video. Fitness Study, thank you so much for coming. Anne Rose Vlog of Qatar, thank you so much. Anne Rose Vlog Qatar, thank you so much for coming. So once the story came out, initially he went and said, okay, it's all false. My wife and I were separated, so I didn't actually cheat on my wife. And then he came back again and did a video with his wife and said, did I cheat on my wife? Yes. So it was him contradicting himself, like, okay, I actually cheated on my wife. And he came with his wife to do that live video to try to redeem himself. He tried to redeem himself, to say, okay, you know what, my wife is here, my wife, I've apologized. He didn't even say he apologized to his wife. He said that they had issues, they've been through the issues. So it wasn't, and I really don't want to go into details to him as a person, because on so many levels he just hasn't done himself much good. So when he came with his wife, the body chemistry between them, it wasn't to me, he wasn't really remorseful for his actions. He wasn't remorseful for what was happening. Okay, and then he did another video of him reacting to that video of himself and his wife. So it was just a very strange one for me, really. Okay, and I thought we'll talk about it. So the reason I'm talking about it is not because of Derrick himself, but just to address us as a people, as a person, as a content creator, as a business person. What are you building your brand on? Are you preaching? Are you preaching what you teach? Are you practicing what you teach? Or are you just teaching what you don't practice? So as a content creator, as an ambassador, as a brand, as someone that's building their brand, as a business person, what are you actually teaching? What are you practicing? Are you one person in everyone's face and then somebody else in another when you get inside? Okay, so it's important that we are true to ourselves. Okay, so that if anything happens, we can always say, you know what, this is who I am. Okay, and let's have a look. Elias Matters getting there. Okay, yeah, so turn your shirt the right way. Okay, that's Shade and Elias Matters. Thumbs up done. Thank you so much, guys. Don't forget to thumbs up the stream as you come in as well. Oh, I haven't seen that one. His reaction to his video. Yes, so he reacted to his wife's video, Marie. He reacted to the video of him and his wife, and what he said at the end of the video, that his book. So he was still promoting his book in that video, and I'm like, why? If something like this has come out, if something like this has happened, then what you want to do is go into your inner room and sort yourself out, not coming to try to remedy the situation and still promoting your book at the same time. So to me, I just felt that was not on. Thunder Scorpion, thank you for coming. Donnie, thank you for coming. Aunt Cooking and More, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you for coming in. Thank you so much. Greetings, chats, and greetings, hosts. Thank you so much. Sometimes we get carried away trying to please people, but in doing this, we should be sincere with ourselves. And that's so true. Sometimes we're so carried, we're so focused on, okay, I want to achieve this, I want to do this, I want to do this, and I want to do that. And you forget who you are, or you leave who you are behind, and what you're doing is focusing on trying to please people, trying to be perfect in the eyes of the public. Okay, and that's so sad. Women fall for that mess. He ended so many relationships with his nonsense, and that's true. So many other women came out as a result of the fact that one person came out, and then other women came out to say, okay, this is it. And so many women ended their relationships, like Tonda said just now. So many women ended their relationship because this guy said, if your partner cheats on you, leave them alone. They don't deserve you. But he's doing exactly the same thing to his wife. Okay, and that's why we don't just take things at face value. And I remember when I was talking about when your partner cheats, do you leave or do you stay? And I said, you need to look at the situation yourself. Think about the situation properly, evaluate and see if you can forgive the person or not. Don't just do things because someone that's meant to be a professional, or someone that's a guru, so to say, has said, leave. Don't. Think about it, analyze the situation, and decide for yourself. Okay, make an informed decision on what would be the best thing for you. Okay, so Yaga said it is very sad when a husband says that he is faithful, yet he is opposite. That's so ridiculous and embarrassing. It is embarrassing. He's all over the internet. He's all over, even on I think I heard it was on TV as well. People were talking about him because this guy is big. He's a big relationship guru, known by so many people, followed by so many people. So he was doing this thing behind the scenes. His wife obviously knew about it, and they were having issues, but he came out to say that to make people think that he's perfect, when in fact he's not. Okay, Colin says, sometimes in the digital age, people too focus on virtual version of themselves. They neglect the importance of the real world, and that is so true. Okay, so once we focus on, okay, how do I appear? How would people see me? Okay, what would people think when they hear me say? What if I break down? What would they say? So we concentrate so much on these things and forget about ourselves. Okay, but it's important that we don't try to fake ourselves. Practice what you preach, or preach what you practice. Practice what you preach. Okay, so yes, so don't practice one thing and do something else, just like Derrick Jaxn has done. Okay, and it's a shame. True, there were so many called relationship gurus online. Yeah, that's true. You should forgive and stay if you can. If you can, because again, we don't want to say, okay, it's okay to cheat, because we know it's not. And there are some people that would never, ever, ever be able to get over a betrayal. Okay, but if you can forgive and stay with that person, do stay, but don't leave because someone that's a relationship guru said, oh, he doesn't deserve you, or no. You want to think with your with your mind open before you decide on what to do. Next time, matching, thank you for coming. Sharon and the family, I see you there. The old Rose, thank you for coming. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so guys, we're just talking about um Derrick Jaxn, okay, that built his career on a false identity, made so many people to lose their relationship because he was professing to be perfect when in fact he was less than perfect. Okay, and over the week there was stories about him cheating on his wife, not with one woman, not with two, but with three or more. And it was really, really sad. A lot of people, including my friend, has decided to unfollow him because of this. Okay, I'll leave, don't have a tolerance for cheating, but then you have to weigh out your option problems and not go by what others are saying because you don't know what they are doing in their personal life. Exactly. You don't know, like Derrick Jaxn now, nobody knew he was going through this. Nobody knew he was doing this, yet he was telling people to leave their relationship because their partner cheated or because their partner didn't treat them right. So don't base your decision on what someone else. So yes, you can go to someone for counseling. You can go and ask for advice. Yes, go seek advice, seek counsel, but don't say, okay, because this person is a relationship guru or because this person is a counselor, therefore whatever they say is final. No, it is not. You have your own mind to make the decision, to analyze the situation, weigh your options, and if you can forgive, fine. If you can't forgive, you make your decision by yourself, not because someone else has said leave. Okay, so it's really important. Adeso Sawe, thank you for coming. Sharon and the family, thank you so much. I see you. Thank you so, so much. Behold Rose, thank you, thank you, thank you for coming. Thunder Scorpion says, then he started talking in third person. Now him and his wife is trying to use the God route. Exactly. I don't know if you saw the reaction video he did to him and his wife's video, Thunder. He was reacting to his video and he said that any other person would not have done what he did, but he took responsibility. No, he said, but not Derrick Jaxn. Derrick Jaxn took accountability for his actions. So he was talking as if it was so in I didn't see him being remorseful at all. He's not remorseful. And personally for me, I don't think there's love in that relationship. That's my own opinion. I might be right, I might be wrong. Okay, but that's their own family issues that they need to sort out. Okay. Let me read a few more comments. Sharon says, hello, the old Rose, Youngers and the family. Okay, so Inspirational by Marie. Busuma, thank you so much for coming. Inspirational by Marie says, happy people get angry and upset with these people. I feel it because we have put too much trust in these people. They can fail any day. Okay, so that's so true. Busuma, thank you for coming. Derrick Jaco. That's true. To a lot of people, and that's why I said in the title of this thing, don't idolize anyone. Okay, don't idolize anyone because they are humans. Okay, there was one woman that actually, there was a video of a lady that was saying, okay, she needs a man that's perfect, someone like Derrick Jaxn. But even though Derrick Jaxn isn't perfect, he's actually worse than a lot of men put together. So let's not idolize anyone at all. And that's the second part of this the discussion we're having. The first part of the discussion we're having is to be yourself. Okay, so don't fake it. Don't try to be me, because I'm uniquely different, just like you're uniquely different. So don't try to be me. Don't pretend to be someone that you're not. Don't pretend that you are all strong and mighty when you are not. Okay, and someone says there's strength in vulnerability. So there's strength when you come out to say, okay, you know what, this is me, this is what I'm going through, this is what I'm facing. It takes a lot of strength to do that. I remember Inspirational by Marie did a video a couple of months ago about her struggles with losing weight. And that for me is, it takes a lot of strength to do that to make that kind of video, to come out and talk about your struggles. That is who you are. So let's try and be ourselves. Let's try and don't pretend to be who we're not. Don't try to preach something that you're not practicing. Don't preach something and do the opposite behind the scene, because one day it will definitely come out. You will definitely be found out. Okay, so Colin says no two relationships the same. Everyone different circumstances, so no place to advise that can suit everyone. And that's why I said that. I think I was having this conversation with my husband a few days ago, and I said, for a relationship, there's no one cap fits all. No one cap fits all, no, because we're all different, we're all unique. Our experiences are different. So what I might be able to take, what I might be able to tolerate, you might not be able to tolerate it. And I can tolerate it and come out and act like, oh, it's all fine. But if it happens to you, then it's you would handle it differently. Okay, so it's important that we know that not one cap fits all. That doesn't work when it comes to relationships, because everyone is unique. Every relationship is unique. Thunder Scorpion says, talking about it doesn't feel sorry for relationship, be it stay or leave. Make your own decisions. Exactly. To open up to vulnerability takes so much courage. Yes, takes so much courage and strength. Okay, takes so much courage. Held and Living with Deborah, thank you for coming. Adesi, I'm happy to see you. I've not seen you in a while, but thanks so much for coming. I really do appreciate. Okay, so yes, but if you leave, make your own decision. Exactly. Make an informed decision. So you want to analyze. So if you can forgive, fine. If you know that this thing is too much for me and I can't forgive, make your decision wisely, intentionally. Make your decision and know that, okay, this is the decision I'm making and I'm leaving. Don't leave because someone said, oh, leave. Don't leave because someone else there look like they're having it all rosy, and because like I said, you don't know what that person is going through. Okay, so please don't try to be someone else. Don't try to manage your relationship like someone else's relationship. Don't try to build a false image. So when you're building your career, when you're building your brand, when you're building your content, and actually I was listening to someone today, one of my friends on YouTube, and she was talking about being contacted by brand and all that. And I sat there, I'm like, oh my God. So this person is being contacted by a brand to do, so she was contacted to do a blog, they call it, yes, to do a blog. And I'm like, oh, I would have loved that. But I said to myself, you know what? You're different. Your talents, your gifts, your strengths are different from this person. Okay, so don't try to compare. Don't try to be that person at all, because you're both completely different. Because if I keep on trying to be someone else, at a point I'm going to break down. At a point, I won't be able to go on anymore. Okay, so it's really important. And people would always see that there's something not real about this person. Okay, yeah, Wendy Babs, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Happy Sunday to you. Bonnie says you don't want to leave because someone else was saying leave, because you don't want that regret. Exactly. And so many people that would have left their relationship because of Derrick now would be regretting, like, okay, so if he's doing this to his wife and his wife is sticking by him, why have I left? So yes, you want to make informed decisions. I spoke to someone who was cheated on, and everyone was saying to him to leave, and I couldn't tell him to leave, but I couldn't tell the person to stay either. He said he wanted to leave, but leave her later. Okay, and that's the thing. You can't help someone make a decision. You can advise based on what you see. You can advise based on the situations around you, but you can't make that decision for anyone. The decision is for that person to make. Sometimes we could be blinded. Okay, we could be blinded that the person we're with is not good enough for us. Okay, and then we have our family, our friends, like, okay, can you open your eyes and make the decision for yourself? But no one can force anyone to leave. No one should leave a relationship because someone that's a relationship guru or someone that's a counselor said leave. Okay, they can only advise you on what they think. Okay, so it's really important. Okay, and again, when you build your brand, make sure you're doing it genuinely. Make sure that you are your person. Okay, don't try to build a fake brand. And this one we call it Victoria Moraka. I sure I saw you before. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, exactly. You are the very right host. In relationship, you don't have to imitate others. Yes, you can only be yourself. So be yourself. Okay, manage your relationship the best way for you. Because we know that people are different. There's no one cap fits all. What works for one person might not necessarily work for the next person. Okay, so it's also important. Okay, and the second point that we're going to, okay, and this live stream is going to be as short as possible. Okay, so those that have not seen the story, those that have not heard about it, if you go on YouTube or even Instagram and just type Derrick Jaxn, you see so much information coming up. Okay, so, but yeah, when you say living is easier said than done. If it's a relationship, it's easier, but if it's marriage, it's hard. And that's true. If it's a marriage and then there are kids involved as well, it makes it harder. Okay, but the point is, don't let anyone tell you to leave. Don't leave because someone is telling you to leave. Don't leave because someone is telling you that, okay, this person is not good enough for you. Like Derrick Jaxn has said to so many people, you want to leave because you've thought about the situation, you've thought about the circumstances surrounding you, and you decide that, okay, you know what, this is the best decision for me, not because someone has said he's not good for you. Okay, I said in my opinion it was being cheated on that hurt. I would leave, but if you feel that relationship is salvageable, then you should continue to work on it. Okay, I feel less breakups and divorces could be prevented if we just think for ourselves at times. I agree. Yeah, when a marriage is more to lose than girlfriend boyfriend. Yes, that's also true. Okay, so I feel our breakup and divorces could be prevented if we just think for ourselves. And that's a very deep statement there, Bunny, what you just said. Okay, because a lot of times when things happen, we don't think. The first thing we do is react. Oh, I can't take this anymore. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't do that. And we make at such times we make the worst decisions. We do the wrong things. Okay, so if we could just take 1 minute to sit down and think and ask questions like, okay, why did this actually happen? What did I do wrong? Or what did this person do wrong? Why did this happen to us? If we could take 1 minute to sit down and think, then a lot of divorces, a lot of breakups will not happen. And the same thing happens when you're going into relationship as well. And I'm thinking like, do we actually go into relationship with our eyes open, or do we go into relationship with our eyes closed? A lot of times we just wander into relationship, so we don't even know when it happens. And then we go into marriage without even knowing. So we're not intentional about the decisions that we're making. We just stumble into this person, and before you know it, we are dating. So did you take your time to think about the fact that, okay, what do I need in a partner? What do I need in a partner, in a husband or in a wife? Okay, what are the qualities I really want for the person I want to spend the rest of my life with? So you want to sit down yourself and make those decisions. Okay, and then you will find out that you'll be a happier person for it, because when that person comes, you will know that, okay, this person has arrived. But if we don't have a clear picture of what we want, then we stumble into relationship. We don't think about the relationship we want to go into. We just stumble in, and at the end of the day, we have breakups. Okay, but that's a very good one. The only other man, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. We make wrong decisions when in pain, so it's always best to just take a moment back and reflect. And that's also not just when we're in pain. Sometimes there's so many times that someone does something to you, or maybe someone sends you a message, and the next thing you want to do is reply immediately. I find out that taking a few minutes to just sit down and just forget about that message. Don't think about the message and then go and then come back. Take a few minutes and then you find out that the response you will give will be better than what you wanted to give. And that has happened to me a lot of times. Sometimes I get a message and I'm wanting to reply, and I'm like, okay, just take a few minutes. Okay, I've already started typing, and I'm like, okay, take a few minutes. And by the time I come back, I find out that my thoughts are more organized, and the message I send will be better. Okay, maybe initially it would have been aggressive, or maybe it could have been offensive. But when you take a few minutes to think, you find out that, okay, you make better decisions. So let's not just react because we're angry. Okay, but let's take time to think. Exactly. Some people see the warning signals but still go ahead because of age, title, misses, pressure, etc., up and end up in marriage. And that's the thing. And that's something that's also close to my heart. Making intentional decisions when it comes to marriage. Making intentional decisions, not just going with the flow, not just because you're getting old, or not just because you're of age, not just because you want that title. Because believe me, it is more painful. We're deviating from the topic now, but it's fine. Believe me, it is more painful when you go into a relationship and find out that you're not happy. You've married this person because you think that you have to get married, and then you end up being unhappy. It's so painful. And majority of the times, I can always say, it's either that marriage will end up in divorce, or the person will live unhappy for the rest of their life. Okay, so we need to make a decision when we're getting married. For those that are yet to be married, open your eyes. Okay, take your pen and paper and write the qualities you want in your partner. For me, one of the things I said when I was going to get married to my husband was the fact that I wanted him to love God. That's number one. Love God first and then love me. Those were the two very important key for me. And when my husband came, I just say, God, what have I done to deserve this? Yes, I wrote down what I needed. Okay, and then when it comes, you will find out that, okay, these qualities are in this person. But if you don't write down what you want, if you don't, then you will go into a relationship with just anyone because you don't know what you're looking for. Someone says if you don't know where you're going, everywhere will look like a destination to you. Okay, so you want to know what you want, and then so that when the person comes, you know that, okay, this is the person. This person takes this, that. And it's not just about physical. Okay, we're talking about spiritual, we're talking about their temperament, we're talking about their sensitivity, we're talking about their values. So all those things you need to identify, okay, what do I really want? What kind of person do I want? And what kind of person am I? Okay, so if I want this kind of person, what do I have to be to attract this person? So you're working on yourself as you go. Didi Uncle, thank you so much for coming. Delta Pekin, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you for coming. Okay, I'll just read a few more comments. I've done that so many times, reacted at the moment, and then realized that what I've said wasn't the best. Okay, and that's also important that and this is what we'll talk about when we talk about emotional intelligence. Okay, it's a skill. It's a skill that we have to build consciously. You need to keep working on yourself daily to build that emotional intelligence. Don't just react because someone said something. Don't just react because someone did something. Okay, don't just react because you're expected to react or do something, but sit down and think. Think before you act. Okay, don't just do something because Derrick said you need to do it this way, because we know that Derrick isn't perfect. But it says we had situations in the family where the person got divorced straight away after marriage because they had jumped into the relationship without thinking. Okay, and that is so sad. That is so sad there. Okay, that's so sad that happened to that person. Okay, you get married and the next thing you're coming out of a marriage because you haven't thought about it. You get in and realize that, oh, this person isn't it. So Low Green said, when you say you think for yourself, it means you are self-centered. Marriages comes with commitment. So when you think for yourself, you are not thinking about the commitment you guys have. Right, so I'm just reading a comment on Facebook. When you say you think for yourself, it means you are not, you're self-centered. Marriage comes with commitment. So when you think for yourself, you are not thinking about the commitment you guys have. I'm a bit thrown aback with that statement. So when you think for yourself, you're not thinking about your commitment. Mercy, can you expatiate on that a little bit, please? Because that's just thrown me aback there. Thank you very much. So when you are, I'm just gonna throw a bit. I'm just gonna talk about that for a little bit. So when you're in a relationship, when you're married, of course, it's the two of you that are in the relationship. So you can't be thinking that, okay, it's me, 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 me. No, that's not what we're talking about. When you're in a relationship, it goes from me, myself, and I. And that's what we're talking about in Anne Marie's kitchen. I'm cooking and more's a live stream today. Marriage is not me, myself, and I. It becomes us. So the decisions I make would affect you. The decisions you made would affect me. So we need to think together before we do anything. We need to think before we say things. We need to think before we do things. Think about the impact to have on the other person. But that's completely different from what we're talking about. A talk with Richie. Thank you so much for coming. Okay. Can I explain more? Yes, please explain. Mystery. Bonnie says, I've now started to step back now. It took me a long time, but stepping back feels a lot better because you know then you're not gonna say or do something you regret. Okay, so that's so important. And I think I have a video coming up. I think it'll be next week or the week after. I think it'll be this weekend or the next week. And we're talking about emotional intelligence, especially if you are in the eye of a public. You need to be emotionally intelligent. You need to be able to sit down and think about your actions, think about your inactions, think about the things that you say and do. How will this thing affect the next person? Okay, so it's important that we really, really do that. Okay, but thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate every single one of you for coming. Okay, so today's topic, we're just talking about Derrick Jaxn and how he built his career on a false identity. Okay, so he built his career, he built his brand on a false identity. So he was preaching something and then he was doing something else. And how that relates to us is that don't preach what you're not practicing. Be yourself. Do you, like people will say. Do you, be yourself. If you're weak, it takes strength to come out. It takes courage to come out and say, okay, you know what? This is who I am. These are the struggles I have. And people would love you for that. Okay, don't try to act like you are all perfect, you are all good and well when you know that behind the scenes, that's not who you are. Okay, self-reflect and then talk about it with your partner and see what they say. Is that don't just I'm turning over a new leaf, work out your relationship. Take advice from outside people with a grain of salt. Okay, and that's true. So and that's why I said don't say, okay, you're not going to take advice. Take advice, take counsel. And the Bible says, out of a multiple of counsel, the truth is established. So you take counsel from left, right, center, you put them together and decide, okay, of this counsel, which one is right? Of this counsel, which one will be best for me at this time? Don't just take it and say, okay, that's the truth, that's it, because Derrick Jaxn said it, or because this relationship guru said it, then that's it. No, you want to sit down with these decisions and this advices or cancels and then make an informed decision because you've taken time to think about it, think about the outcome, think about the circumstances, analyze the situation. What if I do this? What if I do that? So you want to think about all those things before you make your final decision, not just because someone has said. Okay, the thing is, a lot of us men see through is BS, but you couldn't tell the woman that because a lot of us men see through his BS. I don't know what you mean on that. So I think Tonda is saying that a lot of men could see through him, okay, but a lot of women didn't, because they felt like, oh, every man is this. Derrick Jaxn is a perfect man, but the other guys could see that, okay, this guy is not being real. Okay, and which is so true. So I didn't do a birthday live stream. I decided not to for personal reasons. I knew if I did a stream, there would have been a fight and someone just by. Oh dear, Bonnie, I was actually looking forward to that live stream of yours. Okay, but thank you all so much for coming, guys. I appreciate every single one of you for coming. Thank you for all your contributions as well. Okay, but the bottom line of what we're saying today is, don't don't build yourself, don't build your brand on false identity. Don't try to be someone else. Be yourself, because you are uniquely different. Don't preach what you don't practice, and don't try to idolize someone. Don't say, okay, if this person is the alpha and omega, if this person has said it, then so it is. If this person has said it, then it must be right. Okay, because we know that people have their challenges. We're all different. We all have our challenges. Okay, so it's also important that we don't idolize people. Use your brain to think. You have a brain, so use it to think. Use it to analyze the situation. Get counsel. Yes, get counsel from people. Okay, get counsel from people. Get advice from people, because a lot of times we need people to kind of point us in the right direction, sometimes to show us things that we can't see. Okay, because sometimes we could be blinded, we don't see the things that are in front of us. So sometimes we need people to show us, to say, okay, this is a situation, this is what's actually happening. But at the end of the day, don't base your decision because someone has said. And I don't think anyone even has the right to tell you to leave. You make the decision yourself. Okay. Victory says, greetings, talk with Richie. Bunny says, it was yesterday. Oh, happy belated birthday, Bunny. I hope you had a good day, whatever you did. Can we just say happy birthday to Bunny, please, guys? Happy birthday to you. Bunny, I hope you had a great day, whatever you did. Happy birthday, happy belated birthday to you. Okay. Can we say happy birthday to Bunny? Bunny Bluebells. Bunny Bluebell. Yes, his feet. Okay, so Thunder Scorpion is saying that his feet, the type, tall, dark, and handsome, and a faithful. He had a great marketing strategy. Exactly, and he's so fit. He's so handsome. He had everything. So it was a good marketing strategy for them to say, how can a guy can actually be this fit and handsome and still be faithful. So that was actually a good marketing strategy. And even now that everything has come to the open, everything has been exposed, he's still marketing himself. That's the worst thing. He's still marketing himself, but and that's Derrick Jaxn for you. Okay. I can't give relationship advice mainly because I don't have much experience. I would feel guilty and horrible if I was the reason someone split up. Okay, what you said about writing down what you want from someone resonated with me a lot, because this can reflect what you think you deserve. So I can see how low self-esteem can impact this. Okay, I'm just going to read that comment again from Colin. Colin said, what you said about writing down what you want from someone resonated with me a lot, because this can reflect what you think you deserve. So I can see how self-esteem can impact this. So Colin is trying to point out something, because sometimes we feel like we don't, I think what she's saying is that sometimes we could have the low self-esteem and we might not even know what we want. So you could think that you deserve less when in actual fact you deserve more, because you've got low self-esteem because of the things that you've been through, because of the experiences you've had. So you might not know what you really want. And the first thing you need to do, okay, as a person, okay, is to love yourself. Okay, so love yourself, okay, and ask yourself, what do I really need? Okay, so self-love is so, so important. If you love yourself and then you begin to ask yourself, like, oh, what do I want? What do I need? Okay, so self-love is so, 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 so important. Okay, if you love yourself and then you can decide this, okay, no, this is what I want, this is what I deserve. Okay, so first of all, you want to heal from the place of low self-esteem, because you're so, so right. If you have low self-esteem, you will think that you deserve less. Okay, if you've had experiences like, say, for instance, someone has been abused as a child, or maybe you grew up in a home that there was abuse, you have low self-esteem, then you will think that, okay, you know what, this is okay. This is what I get. Okay, but you need to come out from that place to love yourself and begin to heal from whatever it is that you went through in the past, whatever it is that's causing that low self-esteem. You want to heal from that person, from that hurt and pain, and begin to show yourself love. And before you can even love someone, first of all, you need to love yourself. It's so, so important. You need to love yourself. You need to know who you are. Okay, so you need to identify who you are. It took me a long time. It took me experiences to be able to say, okay, this is who I am. This is what I want. Okay, but it would be good if you as a person don't have to go through those experiences. If you could learn from me, okay, if you could learn from the things I say, if you could learn from people around you, then that would be great. Okay, so you want to come out of that place of low self-esteem and then begin to make yourself better. Begin to make the right choices for yourself. Okay, so it's really, really important. Okay, Victoria is saying happy birthday. I think I'm fine, thanks, Dr. Richie. Okay, Chanda is saying look up donkey of the day. That was the first one I saw, actually, donkey of the day. It was what were they called again? Donkey of the day. That was the first video I saw. One of my friends posted it on Facebook, donkey of the day, and it really made me laugh. Like, and the reason they called him donkey of the day was because he was actually trying to he done something, he's trying to cover up, and then bringing his wife into it. He's saying something and then doing something else. So they called him donkey of the day. Thank you for understanding. You beat nail on the head. You need to love and respect yourself first to have the high standards set. That's so, so, so on point. Okay, yes, breakfast club, yes. So yes, you need to love yourself, otherwise you would settle for less. Otherwise, you think it's okay to be treated less. You think it's okay to for someone to abuse you. You think it's okay for someone to talk to you the way they like. You know, you settle for less. Okay, so you need to definitely find a way to love yourself, find a way to heal from whatever it is that you're going through. Okay, and please learn from me. Okay, I might not tell you exactly the things that I've gone through, but take the advice, most of the advice that I give you. Don't take it and say, okay, I'll do this, but put one and two together and just learn from me. It's important that you love yourself or discover yourself. Okay, so discover and say, this is who I am. Okay, and it comes from asking yourself questions like, what do I really want? And like I said, for me, it took me experiences, it took me years to be able to say, okay, you know what? This is it. This is what I'll take. This is what I wouldn't take. And again, those experiences have made me who I am. They've made me stronger. Okay, so you want to if even if you've had those experiences, look for the positives for me. And someone left a comment in my video. I posted a video yesterday, and someone left a comment and said sometimes our past tend to haunt us. And my response to that was, yes, there's so many things that you could have made so many mistakes in your past. You could have done so many things in your past that when you think about it, you're like, oh my God, why did I do this? Oh my God, why did this happen? But the way I want you to look at it is to pick a lesson from that experience. What did you learn from that experience? What did this experience teach me? And see it as part of your life's journey. Okay, it's part of what going to make you who you are. It's part of what's going to make you, part of what's made you who you are today, and what's going to make you who you become tomorrow. I have so many experiences. I'm like, okay, I could say, okay, why did I make this decision? Or why did I do this? Why did I do that? Why did these things happen to me? You know, but I ask myself, okay, what did I learn from these experiences? What did I learn from these experiences? Okay, yes, this have happened. I cannot change it. I can't go back. I was younger, I was naive, but what have I learned? Okay, and going forward, what do I need to do better? Going forward, what do I need to change? Okay, so these things have made me who I am, no doubt. Because if I didn't have those experiences, I wouldn't be sitting here today talking. Because these things have happened, how do I make a better use of these experiences that I've had? Okay, so it's good for us to take whatever negatives have happened in our past, just pick a lesson and say, okay, yes, it's happened. It's part of my past. It's part of who I am. Okay, so it's really important. Okay, I'm changing my ways. No more side pieces. Well, good for you, Thunder Scorpion. Thank you so much. Love one another, build on a strong foundation. When Bonnie says, oh, so proud of you making that decision. Yes, I'm proud of you too. Bonnie says, don't look back, look ahead. Yeah, so sometimes it's actually good to look back to see where you're coming from, to see how far you've come. Okay, so let's have a look. I think I saw Yahweh in the best say very true. Mary says true. Okay, but see if there's any other comments. Okay, but thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate every single one of you for coming to listen to me every week. I really do appreciate you. And like I said, the purpose of me having my live stream is to try to impact a knowledge on someone, to try to impact, to teach someone something. It's okay, this is what I've learned. These are the things I've learned. These are the ideas I have. Why don't you have a look at it, learn from it, build better relationships? And like I said, I don't know it all. I might not know it all, but the little I know, I'm going to try and impact it on the next person. So this now for me has gone from just making videos or just being in front of a camera. It's gone more than that for me. And realizing it just recently, like, okay, this is now not just me talking. This is more like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. And we go through experiences. I did a video many months ago and I said, you know what, don't sit on your experiences. I didn't even know that at that time I was talking to myself. So you've had these experiences, why not let someone else learn from them? Okay, so don't sit on your experiences. This is now for me like, okay, it's like something you have to do. You need to teach someone, you need to impact this knowledge. And I hope and I pray that someone would learn from me. 50K on that apology video. Can you imagine? Derrick Jaxn estimated made 50K on that apology video with his wife. Really? Oh my God. Thank you so much, Ellie. Yes, thank you for having us. Thank you so much. So I won't be surprised because everyone is flocking into that video to go and see what he said, to go and hear what he said, you know, and so many other people would have made money from it. Oh my God. It's okay. And he's still making money, he's still trying to promote his book and all that. Okay, but it's sad that he built his career on a on a false identity and things that, so he might have made 50K from this video now, but going forward, what's going to happen to his brand? What's going to happen to him? You know, so that's the thing that we should be thinking about. When you build your life or your career on false identity, at some point it's going to come crashing down on you, and everyone will say, oh, is this who you really are? And then run away from you. It's true to it's good to be true, it's good to be vulnerable, it's good to be just be who you are. Okay, and that's why when I talk on my live stream, I always use myself as an example. I always talk about my experiences. Okay, I had this a while ago, this happened, that happened, because I know that this is who I am. I am not perfect. I'm not perfect, I'm just who I am. Okay, and I will teach what I've learned, I will teach what I know. Okay, I think I need to watch that video. Yeah, so go to YouTube and type Derrick Jaxn, or type Donkey of the Day. You see it there, that's of the King. I'm being called for by everyone. Much love. Thank you so much, Bonnie, for coming and for all your amazing contributions. Thank you so much. And happy birthday in arrears as well. Nesha said definitely we haunt you in later days. Definitely. Okay, Yummy. Oh, hello, Yummy Kitchen. Thank you so much for coming. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much. So we're about rounding up the stream now. Okay, so we should be rounding up in the next 5 minutes. Okay, but I just want to say thank you to everyone that has come into this live stream today. And the reason we decided to do this live stream, the reason I decided to talk about this is not to castigate Derrick Jaxn, because we know that he's human and he's not perfect. Okay, we know the reason is because he built his career on a false identity. Okay, and the point is, if you build your career as people, so I want to relate it to every one of us. Be yourself, be you. Don't pretend to be someone else. Don't preach what you don't practice. Okay, you're welcome. Don't preach what you don't practice. Okay, don't try to be someone else. Be authentic, be your real self. Don't try to be me, because I'm unique and special in my own way, and you are unique and special in your own way. Don't try to be someone else. Be your real self. And above all, don't idolize anyone. Don't say because this person has said it, then that's the final. Okay, when it comes to relationship, there's no one cap fits all. There's no one cap fits all. Every relationship is unique. Every relationship is different. So you can't say, okay, because Derrick Jaxn said this, therefore that's how I'm going to deal with it. Or because Derrick Jaxn said he's perfect, therefore if my partner does this, then I'm leaving him or I'm leaving her. Okay, so you want to be able to make informed decisions by yourself. Okay, so it's really, really important. Yeah, when the Bible says God help us, Lord, look at his old videos, then look at the newest comments. Thanks for sharing us the information and tips. Thank you all so much. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. So next week Sunday is Easter Sunday. I wish everyone a happy Easter for those that are celebrating. I will not be coming live next week. I'm taking that week off. I'm going to have a video on Saturday, but I won't be coming live on Sunday. Okay, because it's Easter Sunday, and I just want to just cool off and re-strategize, really. Okay, so I won't be coming up. Colin says, so that's confused. I bet they're really funny. Thank you for sharing useful information and tips. Thank you so much. So I won't be coming live next week Sunday, because it's Easter. Okay, but the week after that I will be live, and I think I'm going to be having a guest as well. So guys, I'm excited. So we're looking forward to the second week of April. We're going to be having a guest. So guys, please be here. Okay, so it's really, really important that you're here to hear what the person has to say. It's going to be something on not Easter Monday, the Sunday, second Sunday of April. Second Sunday of April. Okay, so yes, we're going to be having a guest, and it's on relationship, and please make yourself available so we can all learn from whatever she has to say. Okay, and just to let you know as well, my membership button is on. If you want to support my channel, please do so. Join my membership. I would really appreciate it. And if you want one-to-one consultation about relationship as well, I have a perk on that, so you can actually join as well. Okay, but thank you all so much. So Yahweh Baptist is saying, idolize God, not man. Exactly. So God is everything, is the one that we should put up there. Okay. Well, thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate you so much. Have a beautiful evening. Have a blessed week. Have a happy Easter, and I look forward to seeing you next second Sunday of April. Thank you, and bye. Bye-bye.